This goes out to all my people who have plans to come to the United States or want to come travel to the United States and are like on the fence about it and don't know what to do with everything going on here. Don't come. My recommendation is to 100% boycott this country. Do not spend any money here. Do not plan any travels here. Show them that the world does not need the United States because they don't. So please just boycott. Boycott and
Hi guys, my name is Esther Daniel and you are welcome back to the channel. You ever notice how America used to brag about being the dream destination, like come to the land of freedom, but now people are like, nah, I'm good. From Canada to Europe, folks are quietly boycotting the US, and the numbers are showing it. Hotels are empty, Vegas is begging, and Disney's struggling. Let's get into it. Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, and share the video to help the channel out.
So y'all know them travel advisory reports that the United States loves to push out, basically telling us to not go to certain places because they're violent or it's not safe. Yeah, so the Department of Commerce has now issued a report showing a growing list of countries advising their citizens to not come to the United States, to not come and visit the United States. Yeah, now we are not the safe country. So I'm reading from an article that you can find on Forbes.com, right? So it says that the United States government reported a double-digit overall drop in international arrivals last month, with much bigger losses coming from Canada, Mexico, and lucrative Western Europe markets, suggesting foreign tourists are staying away in significant numbers due to the tariff backlash and even harsher immigration tactics. So I'm just going to read off some of these statistics. So in the Caribbean, they have seen a 26% drop from visitors and tourists. Africa, 10% drop. South America, 11% drop. Central America, 24% drop. Asia is a 1% drop. And now the two largest governments, or the two largest European markets, the United Kingdom is down 15%, and then Germany is down 29%. These governments are telling their citizens to not come over to the United States, not visit the United States, in fear that ICE agents will detain their citizens and not bring them back to their native land, which we see is the case here in this administration. If they come here, God forbid, get detained by ICE, ICE will not allow them to prove that they're visiting, will not allow them to prove their visas. They will most likely send them to a detention center and then ship them over to El Salvador's mega prison, just like they did with that teenage New York Bronx kid that's actually from Venezuela. Instead of deporting him to his native country, they deported him to the mega prison. Yeah, that's what they don't want to happen, because if that happens, there's no way for people, their actual family and their government to even be made aware of what's going on, because ICE agents will not inform nobody. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt was actually questioned on this yesterday during a press conference, to which she said, I haven't even seen the report. I haven't even seen the report. As the White House Press Secretary, is that not your job? Is that not your job to be aware and to manage the reputation of the government? Instead, she decided to say, while I haven't seen the reports and I would have to read it in order for me to effectively comment, I do believe that the administration that we're in right now is so much safer and so much better than the one that we were in previously 4 years ago. So I don't know why they would be advising their citizens to not come over here. It's because of this administration's policy and their harsh immigration tactics. That's why. These are tourists that often have to come over here on a visa. ICE agents are not allowing people to even prove their legal status. Why the fuck would anybody come over here? Just so you know, the United States makes $2 trillion in tourism. $2 trillion that we're starting to lose now. And that $2 trillion is tied up in the United States GDP, which is part of the reason why the US dollar is the world's reserve currency. That goes down. I think you know where I'm going with this. So now, thanks to this administration and all of its dumb policies, we are facing a possible recession, inflation. The entire world globally is laughing and mocking our democracy and our government. We are now starting to lose profit that we make on tourism. And as a New York City native, I'm not gonna lie, we could use a little less tourism here in New York City, but overall, for American economy, that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all. Maybe if this administration wasn't too worried with trying to rack up and rally as many free slaves to ship over to that mega prison in El Salvador, we wouldn't have to be dealing with this. Just saying.
So I'd like to talk just for a few moments about travel economics, especially how it affects the United States of America. So I think Canada started. We started a boycott where we started to say no to travel to the United States. And as the months has gone by, that travel boycott has increased here in Canada, but also around the world. People are saying no to visiting the United States of America. We all already know that the mayor of Las Vegas, for example, has done a press conference where she's literally pleading for Canadians to come back to Las Vegas because the downturn is having such a drastic effect on Las Vegas. We know that Disney has struggled too in regards to some of its numbers, and major events, conferences, the list goes on. People are not visiting the United States anywhere near they were before Donald Trump took office, and there's a number of reasons for this. Of course, there's the 51st state thing, the aggression from the United States, the aggression from the Trump administration, ICE raids, turning up to the country and not knowing if your passport's going to be accepted or not. So much uncertainty, and we're now starting to see the effects thereof, not just on sales and sales declines, but now we're starting to see job losses. We're seeing local industries, for example, in Maine and Vermont and Connecticut saying, we need help, we're really struggling, there's not enough tourists coming in. Today has been another announcement in regards to that. Spirit Airlines have announced that they're cutting the jobs of 1,800 flight attendants. And this is actually a really big deal. Because this is an indicator of just how bad the American economy is dealing with the lack of enthusiasm for Trump's policies. Let me know what you think about this, folks.
So United States tourism is plummeting in the billions of dollars, that is. And you know how folks often tell international communities how much they need our tourism dollars? A lot of Americans forget that their own cities thrive off of tourism. In 2023 alone, the United States travel and tourism market contributed to $2.36 trillion. And the cities and states that rely heavily on hotel taxes, sales taxes, and other tourism-related fees, less tourism for you means less funding in education, transit, and infrastructure in your city.
While MAGA diehards keep chanting, "We don't care," every time someone points out the cost of Donald Trump's policies, international tourists are quietly delivering the one response that matters in Trump's America, which is they're not coming to the United States for vacations. We have new data now from the World Travel and Tourism Council. The U.S. is on track to lose over $12 billion in international travel spending this year. That's a decline of 7%. It's not because suddenly the sand on the beaches is no good. It's not because the theme parks got rid of everybody's favorite ride. It's because the rest of the world sees what the United States under Donald Trump has become: expensive, hostile, and unstable. And they're voting with their passports. Of the 184 countries surveyed, the U.S. is the only one with an absolute decline in international visitor spending. According to the WTC's CEO, quote, "The U.S. has firmly got a 'we're not open for business' sign right now." And that's correct. Germany has updated its travel advisory after several Germans were detained at the U.S. border. Canada, which used to be exempt from most of the short-term visa requirements, now has to register and submit fingerprints for any visit longer than 30 days. That's new under Donald Trump. You've got Canadian Airlines canceling routes due to declining demand. Vehicle traffic at land crossings is down significantly from Canada. So these are not anecdotes. This is an economic warning siren. The largest travel economy in the world is bleeding visitors. And MAGA's response is always, so what? We don't want sissy Europeans and liberal Canadians coming here. Well, one of the things that
America faces a tourism crisis in 2025. Foreign visitors choose safer, easier destinations. The last time I checked at the actual numbers of cancellations to the United States, it was over 1 million foreign travelers, both business travelers and people coming for fun. About a month ago, it was predicted that we were going to lose almost $13 billion in tourism alone in the United States of America. Were you planning on coming to the United States and you've canceled your travel, either as a Canadian or from another country? People following me, did you know there is a boycott of the United States of America? Do you know that tourism is a huge industry in the United States of America, and it is top industry in places like Las Vegas and different places? It is going to be catastrophic and devastating to our economy. It will ripple through because it will cause layoffs, it will cause businesses to close, it will cause no hiring. It is going to be an avalanche that at this point, I don't know if we can stop. Forget about the ICE raid, people dying in detention centers that are from other countries. It is not looking good for tourism in 2025.
See, this isn't just about politics. It's about how people feel when they think about America right now. The country used to be this place of excitement, but under Trump, it turned into a land of tension and fear. You've got ICE raids, racial profiling, travel bans, and a whole lot of uncertainty at the border. Imagine planning a vacation and wondering if your passport's gonna get you detained. Who wants that kind of stress? Even the mayor of Las Vegas literally went on camera begging Canadians to come back because their tourism money is gone. And Disney's feeling it too. Families don't feel safe or welcome, and that changes everything. What's wild is this isn't a random dip. It's a ripple effect of America's own behavior. When a country starts acting hostile, people respond with their wallets. And right now, the world is saying, keep your freedom, we'll travel somewhere else. At the end of the day, this is what happens when a nation pushes people away. You can't scare the world, then expect them to spend their money with you. America's learning that lesson the hard way. Anyway, drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share the video to help the channel out.